Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. Today, talking about this fairly good collection. Lemmy Forever. No, your TV is not screwing up. Don't hit your TV. That's the cover. What can I do? Do not own it. It's only on vinyl. I do not bother with vinyl. And because I like CDs. I love CDs. And I'm happy to get rid of all of those records I had. But the kids like vinyl. Go figure. They like Hiss in their music. So, this is in focus. This is what the cover is. And it's the picture disc. That's the picture on the picture disc. That is why it's oval. The drawing is heavy on the inking, as they say in comic book art. So, and I think if the cover is not that good, maybe the cover does reflect some of the quality of the record. Though I will say, this cover is okay. It's better than I can do. And the selection of the music, which we'll get to, if you're a hardcore Lemmy fan, you will appreciate the record. Mind what I say, appreciate. Because you're not getting Fast Eddie and Filthy, Animal Taylor. You're not going to get Ace of Spades, or Overkill, or Bomber. None of these things, anything from these three albums, is not on this. Okay? Just isn't. Alright? It's other things. And if you do want new on vinyl this Friday of Ace of Spades, Overkill, and Bomber, it's supposed to be special, half speed, whatever. This Friday, these three albums, as if they're not available somewhere in the world. But it's supposed to have all kinds of stuff, a poster and everything else. It's supposed to be great. So you want the new vinyl of these three iconic Motorhead records. I wouldn't say these are the three. Well, Overkill and Ace of Spades is hard to displace for many people. Bomber, for Pete's sake, Fast Eddie sings on it. Need I go further? Okay. Lemmy's the singer, not Fast Eddie Clarke. We love you, Fast Eddie Clarke, but it wasn't the best idea. That's why Bomber's a little inconsistent. But some days I say Overkill's my favorite, not Ace of Spades. I go back and forth. But that's not the point. The point today, excuse me, Lemmy Forever. What's on it? Well, before I get to that, let me give you two examples of best of Lemmy collections better than that. This is a nice collection. It has 7 to 9 tracks you will find here. Okay. The only, the only two things they don't have is somehow they don't have Hawkwind Silver Machine. How can you not have Lemmy on his first hit before Motorhead singing Silver Machine with Hawkwind? How can you not have this? Well, they probably want an arm and a leg for the right to put it on here. It's on that record. It's on Lemmy Forever, but not here. But this is the better collection. It has some really nice stuff. Some hard to find stuff. Well, they say everything's hard to find. I have it. I don't consider it that hard to find. But you'd get Motorhead on here with Fast Eddie and Filthy Taylor. So it's a nice collection. You get your hands on that. And this Damage Case. It's a really nice collection as well, with a lot of the cover songs that Lemmy would do, throughout the 90s and this century before he died. We lost Lemmy 9 years ago. Horrible. He didn't outlast Keith Richards. How the heck that happened? But anyways, what do you get with Lemmy Forever? And here's the warning. The Rockin' Fickers. Does it look hip? For 66, 68, this was pretty hip and controversial. Some of you may know that vicar is a term in England for priest. So, the Rockin' Fickers pretended to be priests and put on priest collars and perform. In 66, that was outrageous. Now we got pretty girls in nun outfits wreathing and carrying on and fornicating with the devil. Go find it. I forget the name of the band. We got all kinds of stuff now that happened since this. But yeah, put on priest collars and calling yourself the Rockin' Fickers, not gonna fly. Only released 4 singles proper, and Lemmy did not join the band till later. So a lot of this is Lemmy free. But the wrong song, the one song you get with Lemmy, it's nice. It's a cover of The Who's The Kids Are Alright. A prior version of that song simply called It's Alright. It's a nice mod mid-60s pop song with some fairly radical guitar. Lemmy played guitar for this band. And it's nice. It's not Motorhead. Okay? Definitely, you're going to get pissed off if you buy this thinking you're going to get Motorhead, and the first notes on side A is It's Alright by the Rock. You're gonna want to use the record for skeet shooting. I'm warning you right now. Just have it in your head. This is not Motorhead. And to start, this does not start with Motorhead, okay? So, it's a nice song, but be prepared for it. It's not Motorhead. It's what you're afraid of something from 1966. So the guitar is a little edgy for 66 because it's Lemmy on guitar. He doesn't let us down. This is an awful looking cover. That's okay, but then they finish it on the back page, the last couple of lines. This is pathetic, but that's nice. That's a nice CD cover. That's a CD cover for that. I like that. Isn't that nice? Nice little thing. They skip over Lemmy being with Sam Colpal. It's not Motorhead, but it's very, very cool. It has to be taken in its context. It's a stepping stone between the Rockin' Flickers and him joining Hawkwind. Hawkwind is not Motorhead. And you get, how many? You get 3, don't you? Let me look at my notes. The next 2 songs are Hawkwind. You get The Watcher from this record. Am I going to dare pronounce it? Doremi Fasol Ladito. I'm probably nowhere close. The Watcher is not the most rockin' song in the books. It's pretty low key, actually. So you go from Rockin' Flickers to a low key Hawkwind song, The Watcher. Yeah, that's what it is. I dropped something, but I showed it to you already. The next song is Lost Johnny, mid-tempo. Hole in the Mountain Grill. Okay. Nice little number. Not quite what you signed up for, but it's nice, and it's Lemmy's song. These 2 songs are written by Lemmy. Lemmy did not find his groove yet. He's not Mr. Motorhead yet. Iron Horse is the next song by Motorhead, but it's not Fast Eddie Clarke and Filthy Animal. No, it's the original Motorhead. On Parole. This Motorhead. It should be titled Iron Horse Born to Lose, which is what the title of the song is. Sometimes it does get titled Iron Horse. I don't know. But it should be from here. And also, of course, the version of Motorhead. You know, Motorhead, the song, you get from this as well. So, pretty good. In between those 2 Motorhead songs, from On Parole, which will be Fast Eddie and Filthy Animal less. It's Larry Wallace and Lucas Fox, the original lineup of Motorhead. Doesn't get released until after Overkill got released, when Motorhead was become a hit. I'm just warning you. But Silver Machine by Hawkwind, iconic. Iconic, I say. That is something you need to hear for pre-Motorhead Lemmy. In England, it's a fundamental classic rock and roll, classic radio song. It was a big hit, top 40. Multiple times. He re-released it a few times. So that's a very key song. Never heard Lemmy sing Silver Machine for Hawkwind. You're missing out. And this does have that. Now we're getting into side 2, starting with Motorhead doing the song it's named for. And we get Motorhead and Girl School. Head Girl? That's what they called it, right? It was EP. Head Girl. And if you want a copy, you can have a copy of that song on this as a bonus track of Hit and Run. And it's a China Kid in the Parts cover. I don't expect you to watch every video. I've been mentioning a China Kid in the Parts before recently. Ray Von Ett's cover record, tribute record. They do a Shaken All Over by China Kid in the Parts. And Please Don't Touch is pretty good too. Pretty good. Then you get Randy O. Williams and Motorhead doing Jailbait. If it is Motorhead and Randy O, and it doesn't say it's live, but that's the only chance you get to hear is this, to hear Windy with Lemmy and Russell from Motorhead. Lemmy and Russell joins Windy's band for this concert, and they perform Jailbait, a Motorhead song. And Windy covered Jailbait. I try for this record, Commander of Chaos. Okay. But there's no Lemmy or any other members of Motorhead on this version, on the studio version of this. In order to hear, excuse me, you want to hear Lemmy and Russell play Jailbait with Windy, you're getting this version. It better be live. That's all I'm saying. If there's a studio version of it, I can't find it online. So, and then the last song. Albert Jarvinen. Did I get close? Jarvinen. He was a Finnish guitar player. And when Lemmy was having his legal difficulties, when he left Bronze Records, and it was a few years before Lemmy could record again. So he joined Albert to sing and play Countdown with Albert. And that is kind of hard to find. Who it is, what just dropped on the floor. Countdown is on this. Okay, so it's around. You can find it online. You can find it here. But it's not the best song Lemmy's ever been on. Now, I'm not sure if Albert had much of a career. According to what I've read online, Albert didn't have much of a career outside of Finland. And he died too young at 40 in 1991 of a heart attack. Albert was a heavy drinker that affected his career. Gee, why would you be hanging out with Lemmy, who drank a bottle of Jack Daniels a day? Well, watch your health, people. Tomorrow's not promised. So, as I ran down, it's a nice collection of songs with Lemmy. It's not a great collection of songs with Lemmy, and you have to be in the mood to hear a bunch of stuff that does not sound like Motorhead, like Please Don't Touch, and a bunch of Hawkwind songs and the Rockin' Figures. Okay? Hardcore people are pretty much the only ones that need this record. If you're not hardcore Lemmy and down with everything, you may be tempted to use this for skeet shooting, as I said before. But I think it's a nice collection. So that's your warning, your review. Even though I could not listen to the actual, because I do wonder if that's a live version of Jailbait, and it better be, because that's the only version with Lemmy and Windy together. If you know, and hey, any version of Jailbait with Windy is fine to listen to. I don't care if it's studio or live. It's nice. You will enjoy it. And at least it's Motorhead. It will sound like Motorhead. A lot of this is not what you expect from a Motorhead collection. It's not a Motorhead collection. It's a Lemmy collection. I'm not even sure. I just get the sense that people just got the rights to a bunch of songs on the cheap and threw the collection together. And paid some high. I'm not going to. The artist is better than me. I'll leave. I did bring a bag of a portrait of Lemmy I drew one time for no particular good reason. And it's not as good as this. A lot of things are better than that. It's heavy inking. I'm sure the pencils look much better. As they say in comic book art, I'm sure the pencils are better. The inking is a touch much. Though I like the color. The color is kind of nice. Striking. So, maybe you want to save your $25, $30, whatever it is that you may find yourself paying for it. But then you might be like me with 120 Motorhead and related, and of course I got a lot of them on display and over here, and I own a few Motorhead. I own a lot of Motorhead. I'm not going to complete the collection. I don't have that disease quite. Okay. I don't need to own that. If it was cheap out, maybe I'll get it. Cheap. But I don't consider the new price of 27, whatever the price was, I don't consider that cheap enough. By no means. So, but if you're a completist, it's a nice collection. Okay? It's for hardcore folks. We got the point across? And remember, Friday, if you really want it final and it's supposed to be super cool, coming this Friday, February 28th, to a nice store near you. If you like this video, despite my reaching over to drop things I drop, at least you get a chance to see what's behind me. Did we get to see American Dog today? American Dog's a good band. If you like this, give it a like. Subscribe. Ring the notification bell. When I put this up in the middle of the night, it won't wake you up. And leave a comment. And for the latest in action rock, garage rock, and classic and legacy bands. Maybe some sleaze in there too. We're your place for that. We're the anti whatever the other channels are. We're into rock and roll, not prog and whatever else. So, until next time, go out there and have fun with your music. That's the point. Thanks for watching.